And CoQ10 will not be our today's special until the very end of this year.
Okay.
So know that. So even a 240 capsule supply, 8 months, it will probably make it just to the today's special.
Okay, so this is, we'll show you the pricing because it's still extra special savings at the moment. CoQ10 deserves an hour to itself. It deserves so much attention and for the spotlight to be put on it as an ingredient, as a formula that Andrew was quite simply a big part of many, many years ago. The best CoQ10 product out there in the world today, Common Sense Energy. Andrew, a product that makes you feel, for want of a better term, better.
Well, what we talk about with CoQ10 is basically a sense of well-being, a feeling of well-being. It's not a stimulant. You could take it in the evening, it wouldn't be an issue or a problem because that's not how it works. Stimulants stimulate your nervous system, and that stimulation of your nervous system, we perceive that, we feel that as energy. That goes away when the stimulant goes away, and usually it's accompanied by a bit of a crash afterwards. The way CoQ10 works is by improving the ability, the efficiency, the effectiveness of all of our cells in producing energy, because CoQ10 can be a limiting factor in cellular energy production. Also, CoQ10 can be a limiting factor in whether our key organs can be functioning optimally. And as we get older, our CoQ10 levels gradually decrease. If we take virtually any medication, has implications for CoQ10 synthesis, either because it directly affects its synthesis, like statin drugs, or bisphosphonates. These are drugs for osteoporosis. Statin drugs are the drugs that lower cholesterol. And they are effective at lowering cholesterol, but as effective as they are at lowering cholesterol, they are just as effective at lowering CoQ10. And as they lower CoQ10, they reduce your ability to produce energy, they reduce the ability of your organs to function optimally. So it is basic common sense. If you're taking these statin drugs, if you want to diminish the risk of side effects, if you want to ensure your body has the energy it needs or can produce the energy it requires, you need to supplement CoQ10. And I have hundreds of charts that talk specifically about that to anyone who's taking a statin drug. And even, as I said, the osteoporosis medications, things like antidepressants, things for like high blood pressure medications, they all have implications for CoQ10 synthesis, so it's no wonder one of their more common side effects is fatigue.
Andrew, and to that end, it's funny because I wrote down youthful vitality, the sense of well-being. I really want to kind of hone in on something with you because CoQ10 is something that many of us are familiar with. We have shopped for it perhaps and looked at it before. I wrote down that this is the natural non-synthetic form. What does that mean and why is this better?
Well, most CoQ10 now, at a time, synthetic was a major issue with CoQ10. But today, most of the CoQ10 is natural.
Okay.
The real key to CoQ10 is maintaining and managing its purity. And this is the purest CoQ10 we've found anywhere in the world. So this is exactly natural CoQ10 in its natural bioidentical form, naturally produced. And that's what makes CoQ10 effective, is that it has to be in its proper form. There's a lot of talk about something called ubiquinol, which is CoQ10. There's ubiquinone, there's ubiquinol. Probably 95% of the research is on ubiquinone, what we're talking about today, maybe 98% of the research. Ubiquinol is something that costs many times more. It's far more expensive, and the abundance of the research is on this form. So there is absolutely no reason I have seen in the science to spend more, to get less, and to deliver less benefits. We have a ubiquinol product just so you have the full array to select from, but I would only invest, if I were you, I would only invest in CoQ10, ubiquinone. That's what I do. And I have obviously a choice of which one of my products I take, and this is the only CoQ10 I take. The other is too expensive to not get as much benefit, and this is where the science is.
We're not kidding around when we say this is one of Andrew's top 2, 3, 4, 5 products in his line. There are, right now as we stand here today, 3,982 reviews, 4 and 5 stars, 92%, with the majority of those being full 5 stars. That's remarkable.
Oh, that's amazing. And again, if you were going to make a CoQ10 product, you couldn't make one better than this. We make sure that CoQ10 isn't on its own because it requires B-complex vitamins to do its energy production work. And just so you know, we balance my entire product line, whether it's a Healthy Hair, Skin, and Nails, or a multivitamin, or a CoQ10. As we filled out the product line with other products that contain B-complex vitamins, Because if you only take one product and it's CoQ10,
Yeah.
you need those B complex. If it was just CoQ10 on its own, it could be the best in the world. It won't deliver the same assured benefits if it has all its partners delivered along with it. But we've balanced all our products, so there's no risk. We've never experienced, we've never seen it. We've balanced all our products to reflect so basically, if you were taking all of them, you wouldn't be getting too much B complex.
Indispensable for energy production, there's no doubt. If you're going through day after day and you feel a little fatigued, you feel just a little like you're dragging, you've got to try Andrew's CoQ10, the purest out there, we believe, without any shadow of a doubt. Pricing is sensational. Again, for the best in the world, there is, you know, a price tag. Today, you get the extra special savings. So we're down $50 on the larger side.
And what's interesting, when I introduced CoQ10 back in 1984, the rule of thumb with CoQ10 back around those times was that each 100 milligrams was about $1 a capsule.
Okay.
So a 200 milligram capsule would be about $2. So that means 240 of them would be about $480. Plus you get a full separate vitamin C in there, because vitamin C and CoQ10 work hand in hand, and also you get your full B complex. So if you do the math, today at about $100 for that same ingredient, you're saving about 80% versus what it sold for 30 years ago.
That's unbelievable. That kind of paints the picture of how significant a deal this really is. We're going to head over this way. Again, the great thing about today, and obviously in this hour we will do our behind the scenes tour, because we want you to see where your vitamins, your